Local schools closed in advance of tornado warnings this week.
And science takes center stage for youth in a regional competition. I'm Brianna Goins.
And I'm Terrence Jeffries. You're watching Carolina News Today.
Schools in the area closed early Wednesday because of tornado warnings and forecasts of storms and flooding. Here on campus, we had rain off and on until a full-blown hailstorm at 5 o'clock. UNCP sent alerts when that storm hit, telling people to take shelter in place. The university stayed open during the day and for evening classes. But Robinson Community College and the public schools of Robinson County had both dismissed by 12:30 p.m. Fayetteville Technical Community College canceled all classes after 1 p.m.
A select group of kids from local schools in the region are moving on to the state level after their recent win at the Regional Science Fair. UNCP hosted this Region 4 event. CNT producer Crystal Dean went there to look at some of their projects.
I'm at the North Carolina Region 4 Science and Engineering Fair. Let's go talk to some kids about their super cool science fair projects. Kids of just about every age came out to the university on Saturday to compete at the regional level.
What I did is I took 3 sheets of paper, a red, a green, and a blue, and then I would set a tree on top of each, then bring in one of these dogs to see which color or location they would go to first. And then we did that for about 6 more times for that day over a 4-day period. So we tested them around 24 times.
My name is Jonathan Hibbs, and I did which fruit conducts the best electricity, and that was a lemon, and before that was orange, the apple, and banana.
My name is Candace, and my project is on solar energy to charge your battery in your phone. And so that's what you do. You take this solar panel right here and put the light on, and the energy converts, the sunlight converts into energy from the solar panel, like cousins, and it makes energy.
The projects were judged for 2 hours, and each student was interviewed about their project. There were 3 categories: elementary, junior, and senior. Juniors and seniors were separated into divisions based on subject matter, like environmental science and physics. The elementary category had 8 winners who moved on. The junior and senior categories had first and second place winners from each division to move on. Along with the first and second place medals and honorable mention ribbons, organizations from the region gave out special prizes. Many of these sponsored prizes included a monetary reward. Congrats to all the winners of the North Carolina Region 4 Science and Engineering Fair. For Carolina News Today, I'm Crystal Dean.
The overall grand prize winner of the fair received a $2,000 scholarship to attend UNC Pembroke.
UNCP's new executive chef is bringing locally grown organic food to the table. He talked to CNT's Kipper Weeks about finding the balance between fine dining and traditional comfort foods.
Chef Glenn Reynolds joined UNCP's dining services this semester from Lynn University in Boca Raton, Florida. While his day-to-day is mainly watching over the other staff and assisting with mealtimes, he does have over 20 years worth of culinary skills, and it is made apparent by this caprese salad with smoked goat cheese, a pan-seared pork loin with a feta cheese potato hash, and a flourless chocolate torte. While students won't necessarily see the fine dining presentation of Chef Reynolds' meals, they will taste the local and organic ingredients that go into them.
One of the things we are working on, and I'm working very heavily on, is sourcing as much local product within North Carolina and reaching a little bit into South Carolina since we're close to there. So we can really bring a lot of local foods to the table and push our sustainability initiative. And you're going to see a lot of these similar ingredients out there, and as we go training and teaching the staff, it's only just going to get better.
Not only is he bringing better ingredients, but he is also bringing something he thinks is just as important.
Excitement. I really want to bring excitement to UNCP and resident dining especially. I know that from years of experience on campuses that it can get pretty boring pretty fast when you have to eat here every day. You don't go to your favorite restaurant 12 times a week.
But if you're one who likes to keep things simple with one of the regular stations or a sandwich, don't worry, those won't be going anywhere.
You always kind of have to have your fallbacks, you know, your burgers, your pizza, things that people enjoy to eat when they feel like that's what they want or nothing else interests them.
For Carolina News Today, I'm Kipper Weeks.
The James B. Chavis University Center has updated their interior and started the foundation of a new outdoor facility as well. Let's take a look at those recent renovations.
So the mall area was opened up tremendously. The removal of those 3 kiosks allowed for that to happen. Then the getting good reviews on the relocation of Simply to Go in its current location at the entrance of the west side of the building. Where you come in from Jones Athletic Center and that side of campus. Students have not only can grab some snacks, beverages, and pick up some things as they're moving through, but for those that want to relax, there's an area, a lounge area right there in Simply to Go, and that seems to be being well received in there.
It's a whole bunch of room now. I feel like a lot of different people could just converse and meet and socialize with the openness of it. I like it. It's like I said, it's more open, so you can do more things and have more tables out for different organizations, which I benefit from personally. So I like it. One
piece that's really part of the student life is their smart devices, whether it's an iPad, iPhone, or just telephone. Just something keeps them on the go, and they're looking for a charge. Sometimes, and being on those quite often, you need a quick charge. So we provided some charging lockers in the University Center that you can actually leave it for a long-term charge, and lock it up, have it secured. You can go on about your business, grab something to eat, whether it's in the cafeteria or in the Wow Snack Bar, and your device is secure.
I think they really, updated us nicely and brought us into the modern world instead of, living still in the 90s. So it's really a good facelift here. I think it makes us look more professional and it makes us more unique, as a school.
I think one of the critical pieces that in our renovation was the Hawk's Nest. It has a number of recreational items in there, but we wanted to take a stance or take a direction to represent the brave spirit. As you walk in and you see much of UNCP represented in there, things that are common to UNC Pembroke and being part of the brave spirit is represented in the Hawk's Nest. We had some tremendous ideas, some that were doable, some that were a little extreme. And extreme, not that it could not be constructed, extreme in the sense that it was well outside of our budget. We want to recognize that provide a facility for our students to enjoy, but recognize that it is this facility is funded by students, it's supported by students, and we want to recognize that and not and be as frugal and be good stewards of the student fees that we receive here.
The Chinese Club at UNCP helped Chinese students and others on campus celebrate the new lunar year. Traditional food was donated by Shogun Restaurant in Lumberton. 2016 is the year of the monkey in Chinese astrology. Club President Dana Ryakirk explained the cultural activities they put together for participants and a bake sale.
We have 6 cultural stations of calligraphy, knot making, ring toss, dumpling making, and Chinese language learning, and then we have a fundraiser for Chinese folk.
WNCP Theater is staging a modern adaptation of a classic French comedy from the late 1600s.
We're opening Scapan, which is a comedy that is adapted from the original by Molière, who in turn adapted the story from the Italian Commedia dell'arte, which was a sort of an improvisational theater story. Traveling troops went around basically about trickster servants who helped young lovers get around their foolish and miserly parents, you know, in order that they can get married. And of course, as all comedies from that era, it ends with a marriage, several marriages.
The show continues through Saturday, and tickets are free. The adaptation they're using is a version that's more in line with vaudeville and Looney Tunes than with Shakespeare. It was written in part by actor Bill Irwin, and when it debuted off-Broadway, it featured Pembroke's own Dr. Jonathan Drehos in the role of Leander back in 1996. On campus, the part is played by theater major Mac McGill.
I'm Scapan's, I guess, master, I would kind of say. Well, I live in that house there, and I mean, Scapan is my servant, and he just gets all of us into a whole lot of trouble.
In this economic climate, job seekers need all the help they can get. And at UNCP, the Career Center held their annual job fair to match students and alumni with potential employers. 38 organizations were represented at the event in the UC Annex, including businesses and state agencies. Graduating seniors may have been most interested, but underclassmen were able to check out internship opportunities as well.
In Raleigh, a law enforcement organization has voted unanimously not to boycott Beyonce's concert in May. Her recent Super Bowl performance and music video have been said to be anti-police by some police unions. The president of the Raleigh Police Protective Association has said that their 500 or so members are encouraged to decide for themselves if they want to provide the off-duty policing for the event at Carter-Finley Stadium.
Braves appoint a new head coach.
And severe weather postpones Braves athletics.
This and more in sports when we come back.
A new head coach for men's soccer has already been announced to replace Phil Heinzen, who left for Winthrop University. John Milleracey was the head coach at King's College in Knoxville, Tennessee. He's the 8th head coach in the history of the Braves program. He has logged 6 all-conference selections and a pair of team academic awards from the National Soccer Coaches Association of America. Milleracey has 16 years of coaching experience, including a side job right now coaching a minor league team in West Virginia. The Braves are now looking for their first win in 4 seasons. In basketball, the Braves have decided their last 4 games by no more than 3 points. This week was no different for the men against Francis Marion University. Up by 8 points with 4 minutes left in the second half, the Patriots had an 11-1 run, making it a 1-point game with 30 seconds left. Alex Bradley misplaced the ball with only seconds left, allowing the Patriots to make a 10-foot jumper to beat the Braves 79-77. Still, the Braves finished with a winning record of 15-13. Braves women's basketball also traveled to Francis Marion this week in hopes of bringing home a win for the seniors. Mae Robinson had 10 points with 9 rebounds, and Janissa Monley shined with a game-high 24 points and 8 boards. Those stats weren't enough as the team went 42% from the field, resulting in a 70-62 loss. Finishing out the year at 10-16, the Braves hope to change their ways next fall after losing 4 seasons. After losing 2 out of 3 in their first conference series against Montevallo last weekend, heavy rain postponed their game this week against Wingate. The Braves stand at 7-2 and remain at home facing 9th-ranked Millersville and then Shippensburg this weekend. Braves softball had their contest at home this week against Wingate rescheduled for April 6 at 2 p.m. Having lost just 2 out of their last 6 games, the Braves will travel to Spartanburg, South Carolina for the Mid-South Classic. Women's golf had their second tournament of the year in Lakeland, Florida. The Braves took home a top 10 overall finish in the Lady Mock Classic with Rika Mirovich shooting 275 shot rounds, good enough for a 20th individual finish. Ashley Thompson rounded out top 35, struggling in her first few rounds, then finishing out with a team best 73 shot round. Next week, the Braves travel to Savannah, Georgia for the Armstrong Pirate Women's Invitational. That's all for sports this week. Back to you, Terrence and Brianna.
Thanks, Dolphus. See you next week.
Of Carolina News Today. Check us out on the web at carolinanewstoday.com.